All right, welcome back to another Civil PE structural exam review problem. In this question, we have a truss, and the question is a simply supported truss is loaded as shown in the figure. The loads in kips for members B and C are most nearly. All right, so in this question, they want us to identify the forces in member B and then member C. The first thing that you want to do when you're looking at any truss is to try to save yourself some time by identifying a zero force member. And there's two cases where zero force members occur. Okay, so let's go through case 1 and case 2. This is the first case, case 1, when you have two members that do not have any external load applied to them. The force in both of those members has to be 0. Okay, that's case 1. And then case 2 is when you have three members, two of which are collinear, and there is no external load applied. The force in the bar that, or the member that is not collinear, has to be 0. Okay, so in other words, this member is collinear with this member. There's no load applied at this joint, and therefore the force in the third member must be 0. So knowing that, we can look at this truss and see if we have any zero force members. Okay, so the first question is they're looking for the load in member B. Well, if we look at member B and we identify that it has a joint up here where you have two members that are collinear, there's no load applied at this joint, therefore this has to be a zero force member. Okay, so we know that B, the force in B, is 0. Okay, now let's look at the next member here, member C. So in member C, it looks similar to member B, except there's a load applied at this joint here, right? So if we were to just isolate this joint, okay, we could draw a free body diagram, and we would have, I'll just draw that for you here, right? So let's just draw this joint here at C. So we have a 50 kip force going down. Oops. Keep going down, and then we have, we'll call that CY, okay? And then we have, we'll just call that CX, and we'll call this negative CX, right? So if we were to sum forces in the Y direction, sum of the forces in the Y is equal to 0. We have CY minus 50. So therefore CY has to equal 50. All right, so in that case, we said member B is 0 and member C is 50. Therefore, it's choice B is the correct answer.